And hello again, everyone. Another week, another framework. I think this one will be a bit more fast than the others. We already discussed, goals, visions, reflections, self-understanding, and some of you already are asking, okay, action time. Cool, planning, self-understanding, have all the Notion pages, super full, clear understanding, vision boards, all this kind of stuff. But you're doing nothing, which is kind of normal. This is what happens. In order to understand if you're actually doing something and going in the right direction, you need to have a check-in. You need to have a weekly check-in, monthly check-in, yearly check-in we already discussed. But now let's go to a little bit more tactical operational setup to know which questions you need to ask yourself every week and every month. The structures are mainly influenced and inspired by Tiago Forte, a person who kind of popularized the second brain movement, I would say. So here you'll find the reference to his designs of weekly and monthly review. But this is my version that I encourage you to use, modify, get inspired from, etc. As you can see, I split it into the personal and business track, especially on the weekly basis where a lot of operational things are happening. First, every week, I typically do it either on Sunday or on Monday. Really depends. If you work weekends, Monday might be a bit better day. Otherwise, Sunday is also good. You should start with housekeeping. If you know about what getting things done is, then I hope it tells you everything. If you don't know, Google it. If you have questions, I might record another video exactly about that. But before doing review, clean up your email, clean up your notes, clean up your messages. You have to come there with a clean mind, housekeeping. Then the favorite question of Elon Musk. What have you done this week? It should be either binary or compounding accomplishments. Binary, something new. I finally released a website. I finally went to the gym. I finally bench press 100 kilograms. Or compounding. I reduced something. I increased something. Again, this is maybe the main question you have to ask yourself every week. Very useful. On the personal side, if you use any time tracking software, and I recommend you using time tracking software, send a screenshot of your time spent and distribution and some reflections. How many times you spent on the calls, documenting, writing code, designing, doing nothing, social media, basically how you actually spend your time this week, reflecting about it. Review your tasks. How many tasks did you do? What were the priority of the tasks? Did you accomplish one high priority task on 10 low priority tasks? What's the quality of your work? Projects review. Have you completed any project this week? Your journaling review. Maybe there was anything notable, interesting dream, new feeling, you were impressed by something, some strong emotion, some repeated thoughts. Write it down, reflect a little how your week went. And if there are so many systematic repeatable mistakes, write them down to your issue log. Again, if these pieces of, let's say, operations are not known to you, let me know and I'll record another video about operational setup. But for example, this is the things that are present every day in my life. Time tracking, tasks, projects, journaling, issue log, every day. On the work side, this is really specific to my line of work, but you can have your own things here. But for example, every week I review the meetings that I have this week. If they had any new meetings, I add those people to my CRM. And if I haven't updated, I update the notes about the people I have had a conversation with. Then business development, I update the status of the deals that I am responsible for. And on the team management side, I review projects, task priorities, and share feedbacks with the team. Again, when applicable. Sometimes I have nothing to say or comment. But again, this is what I review every week. After reflection, there is a planning part. On my personal life, I plan some leisure and free time, book some restaurants, football field, whatever your hobbies are, cinema, theater, etc. I'm planning new tasks and new projects for the week. I synchronize business and personal task boards because they're not the same. And I review and update the deadlines and priorities. On the work side, I review meetings that are coming this week and update the agenda for the meetings. For the business development side, I review what will be my priority leads and priority partners to work with, to follow up, to send something, and plan new tasks and projects for my team. After reflection and planning, I think, what can I share? Basically, maybe you notice that I share a lot of content, especially recently. I don't share it every day. Little secret. I do it once per week. When I have my weekly reflection, I'm thinking what was happening on the biz dev side, what were my tasks and projects, what happened on the meetings, what did I read this week, and then I just the same day plan everything and schedule the social media posts. I don't sit down every day and write the posts. It happens once per week when I do my reflections. And also on the business side, I maybe want to share some things with specific people or in social media, specific people. Maybe if I read a book, I want to write an email to the author of the book. Again, something, sharing part of your life. And then clean up. Typically during the week, my computer can get dusty, so I have to clean it, and I have to clean my table in the room. Basically, this wraps up the weekly review. It may take up to 2 hours, but if you do it fast, 1 hour, 1 hour and a half is more than enough. This part can take longer, but for example, during the weekly review, I only make the notes. For example, I want to make a post about this, share this, but then my actual writing session is a bit later. It's a separate session, but also it happens once per week. So if you treat this section only as writing notes, maximum 2 hours. This is what you do on the weekly basis. And there's a similar structure on the monthly basis. Also, reflection, planning, cleaning up. This is basically the systems check. This is where you're trying to understand if you're actually working well with your habits. Again, I assume you have a habit tracking system, which I do have. If you don't, and if you're curious about it, let me know. I'll record the video. For example, for every habit, I know which days I do it, what is my performance, percentage. I review it, think about how I can improve it. My targets and goals performance review, I already shared with you how to track it. Budget performance review. Again, this is highly personal thing, but you should review your budget monthly at least. Portfolio performance review. If you own assets, you would like to know how they're going, maybe rebalance your portfolio, open some positions, close some positions. Again, if you have any assets, I hope it does total sense to you. In some countries, tax reporting happens monthly, quarterly, etc. But typically, if you have some monthly expenses, you need to share them as the deductible expenses. So this is what you need to do on the monthly basis as well. You review your energy and zone of genius. Again, if you're not familiar with this framework, you're interested, I'll record about it. Basically, the idea is you review if the work you were doing was actually about just giving your energy and it's in your kind of genius zone. Again, journals overview, levels performance review. This is if you watch my yearly reflection video, this spiral dynamics integral life planning thing with the red, blue, orange, green levels. So I also reflect a little bit on which level I was living. And then I have a calendar, weeks of life, where I cross a couple of weeks and reflect a little bit on my mortality. Basically another 4 weeks past, 4 weeks closer to my death. Reflection part, then planning part. I have a set space where I save my ideas, I review them, I do the triage. Maybe some ideas are just bullshit, I delete them. Maybe on some ideas I can execute next month, so I add them to my projects or tasks. Then I plan new goals, projects and tasks. And then if I have something in my issue log, I design the new solutions. And again, my solution should be a part of the task or a project. And again, this is also part of my operational system that happens on the daily basis, but reflections are happening on the weekly and monthly basis. And again, clean up. Declutter my life management system. It's my Notion. That's what you see here. It's my life management system, should be clean. My knowledge management system, Obsidian, that I use also should be clean. If I have some digital files on my desktop in my downloads folder, clean it up. Physical objects, I have some boxes, papers, whatever, clean it up. And deep clean my table in my room, of course. And to do the backups of my life management system, knowledge management system, operation systems, and my personal diary notes that I have in my Remarkable. Basically, this wraps it up. A monthly review can take 3-4 hours, but typically not more. Maybe 5, because you need to discuss things with your couple, with your partner, etc. But up to 5, it shouldn't be more. Weekly up to 2, monthly up to 5. Again, if you run your system, if you have all the daily inputs, if you do your weekly reviews well, it should be easy. And again, weekly review, according to Tiago Forte, is giving you enough situational awareness, basically what's happening, what to do next. And monthly review is about systems check. How are you progressing towards your targets, goals, financial, energy, etc., etc. This is it. Thank you for watching, and I wish you good and productive monthly and weekly check-ins. Bye-bye.